Hello and welcome to all. Uh, as a part of an innovative assignment, we have created a hospital management system. In this system, we have created many functionalities which include functionalities for patient, doctor, and an admin feature as well. In the patient module, the patient can book an appointment from the series of doctors available, and he or she can also add the medical history. And also we have created a functionality through which when the patient registers, he or she will receive an verification code via email. Only after entering that verification code, he or she can log in. In the doctor module, we have created an add patient feature, and also an add medical history patient through which the doctor can prescribe medicines. In the admin module, what we have done is the admin can add the doctors and also can view all the logs and the appointment history of the patient and the doctor. So let me show you the user interface of our website. This is the main home page. Uh, and uh, we have created the login page on the home page itself, and we have also created an inquire button through which we have kept a form from which if there are any queries, they can be sent. Let me show you an example for the same. uh, as you can see, after I have submitted the details, the message shows that your information has been submitted. And if we go into the local database PHP myadmin, then there is a table named contact us, in which the details will be saved. So now let me show you the code. Okay, so this is the main page, uh, and we have created a div in which we have created a nav bar. And going further down, we have created this through the section tag. We have created two different columns of patient login and doctor login, and this is the footer. Going to the inquire part, we have made sure that the data is repopulated and all the fields are verified. So we have added a verification such as the name cannot be empty, uh, and email should be valid, mobile number should be of 10 digits, and so on. And from that, we have directly send the SQL query. And this is the header. This is the form.
So it shows the admin data.
So the admin also has the right to change password. You can click on the admin change password and the current password can be changed. Let's see. And I will enter the new password now. As you can see, it prompts that the password changed successfully. And here in the, let's see, in the database, as you can see, the new password is not test@1234, and initially it was only 123. Here, the last functionality is the logout, and as you can see, now the admin has logged out of the page. Let's quickly look at the code. This is in the admin. These are all the code files of the admin. The first is the add doctor. That doctor, there was a form which which mentions the doctor specialization, name, address. This is that form which takes all the doctor's info. We have used Bootstrap for all the styling, and this is the email availability, that if the check availability.php checks that the email is already existing or not. Here, then it moves on to the HTML and CSS codes, like it include header.php. We have separate header.php which is responsible for the navigation bar at the top. This is the code for the form. All this includes the doctor's clinic address, and all the details in the form is in this HTML form. Now let's move on to the appointment history. This shows the appointment history when the patient books any appointment, and it will be shown in that page. And this is the code. All this at the form which equals the appointment. Like here, the doctor specialization, consultancies, appointment date, and the patient books are viewed in the table form. And the admin has the right to edit, share, and delete this on. This is the time to edit, share, and remove event. This is the change password in the admin panel. Then here, if the full password does not match with the database, then it shows the message the old password does not match, or we show the password change successfully. And this is the validation. If the current password field is empty, or if any of the password field is empty, then it shows this. And if the password and the new password does not match, then it shows this prompt message. This is the checkability of the email from the database. This is the SQL query which we have executed. Is from the doc email. It finds the email, and if it matches, then it shows that the email is not available. This was the main dashboard of the patient, of the admin. Here, the first is all the manage users, and here this all the manage users and manage doctors can be seen here, and this shows the icons which we have used. Here the query is executed so that the total doctors which are there, it can be shown here. Similarly, it is done for all the total appointments and total patients. This is the code. This shows the doctor logs code, and uh, it is similar to all the other codes. This is the table which will show out the status of the username, user IP, and everything. And this is the SQL queries which will be executed. If you want to add any specialization, then this is that form. It asks for the specialization, and if the specialization does not exist, or if it is already existing in the database, then it will show an error. You can also edit the doctor specialization with this code. This is the form, and when edit doctor specialization, it gets the query from the doctor specialization table, and by using this update button, we can update the doctor specialization. This is the edit doctor. same as the doctor specialization. The last one is the logout session. This is how the logout will be done. Then this is the managed doctor. As you can see, the managed doctor, all this will be visible in the table, and admin can click on any of the button, and he will be able to share, edit, and remove the doctors. Similarly, we have done for the patients and the users. Here, the users are all the doctors and patients which are able to log in, while the patient are in the patient only the patients are there, which the doctors have added. Now let us look at the doctor login. You can click on the doctor login and enter the credentials. This was the doctor which was added by the admin. This is the dashboard of the doctor, and he has got two functionalities. That is the update profile. Here he can update the profile. Let's see if I update the profile. As you can see, the doctor details update successfully is shown. Now let's see if it is actually updated in the database. Here the doctor's database is there. And as you can see, now it is updated. The name has been updated. Now let's see this is the add patient. The doctor has the right to add patient. Yeah. The doctor has also right to add the medical history. And as you can see, the information is added. Let's see in the database. As you can see, this is the Saharsh, this email which we added has been added. The last is the manage patient. The doctor has the right to view and edit any of the patients. I had to update the patient address. Now the patient's address has been edited, and this is the view patient, and he can also add the medical history. This is the doctor's profile, and he can edit the doctor details. This is the change password. It's the same as the admin, and the last is the logout. He can also see the appointment history. The total history is currently there are no appointments booked because the patient has not booked any appointment. So when we see the patient dashboard, then this viewed appointment history will be. Now let's look on the code. In this doctor folder, all the code of the doctor is there. First is the add patient. This is the form validation where all the form IDs will be taken into this form, and this is the bootstrap. This is the HTML code which takes the HTML form which takes the add patient. This shows the appointment history of the patient. This is the total appointments which the patient will be gathered by this SQL query, and it will be shown as a form of table. This is the table, and all the details will be fetched by this SQL query, and the queries is written as you can see in this code, like the user status, the doctor status, the consultant fees, the specialization, everything will be visible here, and the doctor will be able to uh, see that if it is cancelled or not. Now let's move on to change password. The change password is similar to that of the admin. The change password successfully, old password do not match. This is the main dashboard of the doctor. It has the header file and all the required icons which are shown in the my appointment and my history. These are all the functionalities which we have currently added. This is the edit patient. The doctor has the right to edit patient as well as the add patient. Again, it takes the all the input as a form and it will be able to change it. This is the edit profile for the doctor itself, and if it is edited, then it shows alert as the doctor updated successfully. This also takes input as the form. These are all the SQL queries for the validation of the email and the updation creation date. This is the forward password. Here we have added the password recovery, that if the doctor forgets the password, then he or she will be able to change the password. This is the form which he will be able to add the details in. This is the logout, and it has the manage patient. Again, the doctor will be able to manage the patients by viewing and by editing the patients. This is the reset password, and this is the view patients. If all the patients' medical history has been updated and something under this, all this alert scripts will be generated if the medical history is not present. Otherwise, the details of the patient will be visible in this form, in the table form. So this was all about the patient. Now let's move on to the
चालू कर इधर.
Oh. Okay, so now we will look at the email verification and login functionality for patients. When we go to the patient login, let's first go to create an account for registering a new patient. Let's enter the details of the patient. When I entered this email, it first checks in the database if this email is available for registration or not. So let's look at the users. There are two users currently whose email IDs are as follows. So we can see that this email is available. So it will prompt that it's available for registration. Let's continue with the registration part. When I click on submit, it will send a verification code to my email address that I just entered. Let's look at that first. So the email verification code that has been sent to my email is 289796. So when I have entered it, it has been successfully registered. As you can see, the entry has been created here, and the time at which the email was verified at is shown here. Now I can log in with that email ID that I just registered, and it will take me to the patient portal. Now let's look at the code which is at the back. So this is the registration.php file. Here I am using PHP mailer library, which is better than the HTML mail to function because it provides the functionality of adding encryption to the in email and the password. That's why this library is used. So we have imported exception PHP mailer and SMTP PHP files which come with this PHP mailer part. Now we can see the form that we have created here. All the information from the form will be filled in this form, and I'm storing them in these variables called as this fname address. Those details that the user enters will be stored in these variables that I have defined here. Now this is the mailer part. I have created a new object for the PHP mailer, and this is the username, that the email address that I'm using to send the email address, and this is the app password for it. And from this is the subject of the email that will be sent, and the verification code will be generated randomly using the time function of length 6, and it will be sent from this email to the email that the user enters, which is here. And all of these details are entered into the database through this SQLi query, And after this form is submitted, we will redirect the user to the email verification.php file, which is here. Here what we are doing is giving a text box for entering a verification code for the user. When the user successfully enters the verification code, it will update the email verified attribute of this user's column. And if it does not update, then it will say verification code failed. Otherwise, if it's successful, then it will user will be taken to the user login page, which is as here. Here the user login page, the form is provided for filling in the inputs of username, password, as you can see here, username and password. There are also other functionalities of forgot password and create an account, but we will look at them later. So when we are entering the correct password, it will fetch the details from the SQL database. If the database has the matching entry, then we will go to the session and start the new session for the user. And if it fails,
After creating an account, let us log in into the admin page. I'm sorry, into the patient page. Okay, so this is the patient page, and from this we can book an appointment, view our appointment history, and also let's go to the appointment history. As you can see, we have 2 appointments for the same doctor. So if you want to cancel an appointment, we can just click on cancel. A prompt shows that, are you sure you want to cancel? Click on OK. And as you can see, the appointment has been cancelled, and it is shown here. In medical history, whatever medical history that the doctor writes will be displayed here, and we can view that history. This history can only be edited by the doctor and no one else. All right, so now let us check the code. As you can see in appointment history, this is the table through which all the appointments will be displayed, and we are running the SQL query from which our appointment will be displayed from that doctor. Let's move on to book an appointment. While booking an appointment, we have included the form right here, through which we can have various options like select doctor, the fees of the doctor, the date, time, and various other things. Now let us look at the change email ID and change password functionality. This is the same as it has been discussed before. We have implemented same logic in it. All right, now let's check the dashboard. The dashboard also contains the same code that has been implemented in the other 2 modules. Update profile, view appointment history, book appointment, and other things. You can also edit your profile in my profile. If you click on my profile, it will show you an option to edit the profile. You can change any of the stuff. As you can see, a profile has successfully been updated. Let me take you to the database as well. We have stored all the patient info in the, as discussed before, the changes that we make in the edit profile will be displayed here in the database. So that was the patient module. Now let me log out and I'll be redirected to the home page. So that was the